Welcome back to another episode of It's Time for Beer. I am Brandon. Now, I've been on hiatus for a little while, and I figured for my first review back, I was going to do we'll say a famous beer. This is the much talked about, highly elusive Pliny the Elder by Russian River Brewing in California. My brother-in-law is actually working in Portland, Oregon, and he was able to go into a beer and wine store and find two of these left on the shelf, and he got both of them for me. So this is the first time I have ever tried this beer. This is the first time I've ever seen this beer in person. They always say that the beer is best enjoyed fresh. The date code on this bottle says bottled on 08/31/12, so I assume that means August 31st, 2012. That makes this beer about 3 months and 17 days old, as today is December 17th. I'm not sure what they consider fresh, so hopefully that's not going to affect it too much. It's been in my fridge since I got it. I'm hoping that the beer and wine store up in Portland took care of it so that it won't have lost too much of anything sitting on the shelf. Now, the cost of this beer varies depending on where you get it. I've read many places on the internet. Since I can't look at it in stores here, I believe my brother-in-law said he paid $6 for this bottle, and I found other places that if you want to get a pint of it on draft, that it's $7.50, it's $5, it's $4.50, it's $6. If you want to get the bottles, they can range from $5 up to $8, depending on where you get it. I don't know. I didn't buy it. So why is Pliny the Elder so popular? Well, we are about to find out. I'm excited for Russian River's Pliny the Elder. Let's get this in a glass and see what we got. Pliny the Elder is distributed up and down the West Coast, but the only place it's distributed on the East Coast is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's available in 510 milliliter bottles, which is 1 pint and 1.25 fluid ounces, and it's also available on draft. It's a double IPA. It's 8% alcohol by volume. The website says bitterness is high, but other sources say it's about 100 IBUs. The hops are Amarillo, Centenial, CTZ, and Simcoe. The prices vary, but this bottle was $6. Now, this beer started off with a nice, probably 2 fingers worth of head, so that was nice. It's still sticking around on the glass. Now, the beer is really cloudy. I'm guessing it's not filtered. I could be wrong. It might be bottle conditioned. Not a ton of carbonation, but I can definitely see bubbles streaming up from the bottom. It's a pretty nice yellow colored beer. Doesn't look like they've filtered everything out of it. So definitely some citrus in there. I can definitely smell the grapefruit that everybody keeps talking about. I can pull out some of the malt in that, but it's mostly citrus. I'll say what it smells like, what it reminds me of is Hop Slam. It smells just like Hop Slam, as a matter of fact. I don't smell any alcohol. All I smell is grapefruit. And it's not overpowering, it's definitely there. Now, finally, the moment has come. I get to taste Pliny the Elder for the first time ever. So, here goes with the taste. That's pretty good. For an 8% beer, I don't taste any alcohol. So, in that respects, it does not resemble Hop Slam, because Hop Slam's kind of boozy. I can get the citrus and the pine that they mention on the website. The flavors don't linger. You know, I guess what they say, bitterness is high and the IBUs are 100 or whatever. It's not really that bitter. It does not taste like a double IPA. It is strong, yes. It is hoppy, yes. for the most part. Not as hoppy as everybody says it was, not as hoppy as I was expecting it to be. The hoppiness is definitely the first thing that you notice, but I have had other beers that have been a lot hoppier than this. I'm a little conflicted here. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to try this beer as long as I have heard of the legend of Pliny the Elder, or at least the legend of the beer, not the person. I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed. I guess my expectations were this high, but my experience is about here, about a 6. Yes, it was good. Was it great? No, it was just another IPA. I mean, I wouldn't even say it tasted like a double IPA. It tasted like an IPA. I mean, it's not a whole lot stuck out. You know, any of these other beers, R.J. Rocker's Rock Hopper IPA, the Hoptologist, Avery Maharaja. I mean, these ones you open them up, and the first thing, it's like somebody hitting you with a baseball bat in the face with hops, and it just goes. But with this beer, it's definitely an IPA, but it's not a knock your socks off IPA. And I'm going to contribute some of that, possibly until I've tried a fresh bottle, to the fact that the bottled on date was August 30th, 2012. Maybe that is past its fresh point. I don't know. But there's, I don't see how in 3 months it's going to have gone down that much in the hop freshness. Because, I mean, yes, it's good. Is it great? No. That being said, I'm going to give this beer probably a B+. I wish I could give it higher, but like I said, maybe it's just the fact that this was an old one, or what they would consider old. I'm giving this bottle of August 31st, 2012, a B+. I can't give it an A because it's not great. It's just good. Is it worth $6 a bottle? For the reputation alone, I'd pay $6 a bottle for this. Just for the bragging rights of saying, look at me, I got Pliny the Elder, and you didn't. I have another bottle of this sitting in the fridge, so I can sit there and taunt people with my other bottle of Pliny the Elder, because this won't be it. Yes, it's worth the money if you think reputation is worth $6. I've had other beers that didn't cost anywhere near that. This bottle right here of Maharaja cost me like $7, and it was 10 times as good as this beer. So, drink what you like, enjoy what you drink, and I will see you next time. Happy drinking. Cheers.